Hiya, pals. Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucy, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris News.
Hanging on tenterhooks.
Hanging on a wall.
Hang it all.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disneyland Paris fans. My name's Lucy, and I'm here to host the Disneyland Paris Show for another week. And straight away, we have to talk about my outfit. Do you like my outfit?
I really like your outfit, yes. It's a bit awesome.
I have got a cake-worthy dress on, guys, with the, what's the word? The wallpaper from the Haunted Mansion on it. So I'm covered in tiny little eyes. And I will be wearing this to our Disneyland Paris Halloween trip in, wait for it, 4 days.
4 days?
I've got my DuckTales Halloween shirt on from Florida.
Where did we get it?
The character outlet. What's it called?
The character outlet at Vineland.
Warehouse?
Huh.
Something
Yeah,
warehouse?
character warehouse outlet at Vineland.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
which we highly recommend
It's a
for
bit-
anyone visiting Florida.
It's a bit baggy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's that American fit where even a small is actually a medium.
And I did my Halloween stuff last week, so I didn't do it this week.
I know, and we just weren't ready to play.
No.
Sorry.
No. Well, it's Halloween all month, isn't it? Really?
That's true.
So
That's true.
I just figured I'd have a go then, and then this week I won't have a go. Next week, we're not doing a show, are we?
No, let's talk about that straight away because you've brought it up. As you've brought it up.
I've stolen thunder again, as I do every week, and started
No.
talking about something that was going to get talked about later, but we're going to talk about it now.
We'll talk about it
Let's
twice.
kick off with it.
Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, kick off with the good news.
Well, okay, so we can't do a show on Sunday because 2 of the 3 of us be in Disneyland Paris. Or to be precise, we will be flying back from Disneyland Paris crying. But unless Chris wants to do one on his own, which you have done in the past.
I have done in the past, but I think I'm going to take the opportunity to have a week without.
That's lovely.
That's my
So
plan.
there won't be one, but the idea is because we will have a serious Halloween review that we want to do before actual Halloween day, that we are going to record an extra special bonus show on Thursday the 30th.
Ooh.
We believe it will be at 8:30 if people have wanted to tune in, but we're just currently dealing with some childcare issues. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and then just check the times on the live when it gets listed. Is that fair?
Yes, that sounds about right, yeah.
That sounds about right. So we will be talking about our Disneyland Paris trip that we are doing next week, and we'll be talking about the best and the worst of the Halloween season, all that kind of thing. I know it might be a bit late for some of you who will probably be there when we're recording that show, but hey, it'll give you all the lowdown while it's still fresh in our minds. We might get Bonnie to do some bullet-pointed content of her favourite bits about Halloween.
Ooh.
She looked surprised when I said that, but you know, this is how I tell
Homework
people.
now, Bonnie.
Yes. So yay, exciting week. But you know what I usually say? I usually go, how have you been? You all right? What have you been up to? Anything good?
I went out last night. Do you know what I did?
What?
Very child of the 90s. I went to see popular Britpop band Dodgy last night in Leeds.
You love a bit of dodgy.
It's
Yeah.
not only did you see Dodgy, you saw Dodgy in Leeds, which is where I saw Dodgy. So it's like
Chris
At the
is
wardrobe.
like,
at the wardrobe.
Chris has put on events and hosted Dodgy, haven't you?
We put on an event and hosted Dodgy.
So
We've
you know them.
supported Dodgy as well.
So when you turned up, they were like, "Hey, Chris, it's you."
Yeah, when they got back together, they've been back together longer than they were together the first time now. But when they got back together 10 years ago,
It's like, that's
12,
like Take
13
That,
years
isn't it?
ago,
Yeah.
They came out very tentatively, and they were planning on having this whole series of gigs in various places. And Si, my brother, had got talking to the drummer and said, "Why don't you come and play Leeds? We'll sort it all out. We've got a venue and everything that we can use, and we'll do all this stuff." And he went, "Yes, that's brilliant." And then Andy Miller, the guitarist, broke his wrist, so he couldn't play guitar. So it ended up being an acoustic thing, but it was great. We did it at the Adelphi in Leeds, which is a really nice old pub. It's got a nice little venue upstairs, and it was a really nice evening.
Look at that.
Yeah. So
Rubbing shoulders with giants.
we've played with them at a couple of festivals as well, and various bits and bats, over the years.
Well, since we're name
amazing.
dropping,
Go
I've been
on.
at a book festival all weekend as an artist.
Ooh.
And I saw Huey from Fun Loving Criminals. He was sat next to me in the green room. Miriam Magley's, Simon Mayo, Jeremy Vine, and there was one more. Oh, Michael Rosen. I spoke to Michael Rosen, and Michael Rosen put his hand gently on my shoulder. And I was like, oh, Michael Rosen!
He's up there with Dick Van Dyke for me, is Michael Rosen, honestly.
Legend.
Yeah, yeah.
Whilst we're on celeb spotting, Cam Woods wants to know if he saw you at Wakefield Westgate train station yesterday at 7:44.
Absolutely, you did. Absolutely. Wakefield Kergate.
Kergate, sorry,
It
yes.
should have been, yeah.
Yes.
Where were you?
It was Kergate, yes.
Hang on, Cam.
He says, I thought it was him. He looked quite surly. Probably because a bloke in orange who just brought a train into platform 2 was muttering profanities and kept looking at him with a quizzical, it can't be him expression.
Did you see a guy in orange on the platform?
Getting off like a freight train, maybe.
Could be.
But was Cam in orange?
That's the implication. He probably looked surly because a bloke in orange who just brought a train into platform 2 was muttering profanities and kept looking at him with a quizzical, it can't be him
Hang
expression.
on. So hang on, Cam, were you on the freight train and getting off and then going through that little bit where you're not supposed to walk and then going up and down a couple of times? Was that you, Cam?
I'm pointing at you, throwing things at you.
Cam,
There
was
you
that
go.
you? Is this in the chat?
No, it's not in the chat. This was sent. It's also this was sent to our messages yesterday. It was asking if it was you.
Oh, if you were working then, I remember, because I was walking up and down to try and keep warm.
There we are. So
Wow.
let us know, Cam, if that
Spotted
is
in
indeed
the
you. But there you
wild.
go.
Spotted in the wild.
Saw a celebrity at Kirkgate Station in
Yeah.
Wakefield. There you are.
I went to a gala night for the closing night of one of my plays that has been touring.
Oh, nice.
It was very, very nice. There was a woman who was 102 who worked at Bletchley Park who came as like the special invited guest.
Very cool.
It was very, very good. It was, and the actors were absolutely amazing, and it was a very emotional finish because they've been working together for 8 months now. So it was lovely, and it was one of those
Nice.
things where lots of people just kept telling me how clever I was, which I enjoy.
Yeah, that's
nice.
always nice, isn't it?
That's nice. So we've had a good weekend then.
It's been nice. It's been good.
I'm glad we've caught up on all those non-Disney things.
Yeah.
Should we see who's in the chat? See how
That
their
sounds like a
weekend.
right
Sure.
good idea, Bonnie.
Who are they?
All aboard the ghost train. I hid a kazoo behind my whistle there, so listeners, the viewers enjoyed a real treat there of surprise.
Boy, was it a treat.
The noise did not, and then Lucy flinched because it was right next to her ear. First in the chat today, let's have a look. Switch to all messages. Is Joey? It's been a while since Joey's been number one. Well, number one in our hearts always, but number one in the chat. Joey says, hey everyone, hope you have had a fab week. Well, we've just found out we've had very busy weeks, haven't we? Looking forward to tonight's show. Thanks, Joey. Emily says, hello Disney peeps, 59 days till our Christmas trip to DLP. The YouTube playlist has slowly shifted to Christmas vlogs now. I've loved the videos from Lucy too.
Oh, you've got a new video out, haven't you, Lucy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Back to front video.
Yeah, a bit of it's reversed. And like Chris, now Lucy said she was saying, "Oh, iMovie's been weird," but she was just using iMovie on her phone.
Yeah.
So because like I was thinking, surely you can just flip the video.
It's
you can't on the
appalling.
phone app.
It's absolutely
Well,
appalling
that
on
sucks,
that.
doesn't
Or
it?
she could at some points, but others it just didn't do anything, did it? So weird. So iMovie for the phone, it's not really worth looking at.
Never mind, eh?
Andrew H says, evening all, hope everyone's well. Can't watch live this week, but looking forward to catching up later.
Yay.
Andrew P says, good evening.
Hello.
Jen is here. Hey, Disney Pals, 48 days to DLP.
Oh.
John says, evening all. Rewatched the 2023 Haunted Mansion yesterday. What an underrated film. So
Still
fun.
have not seen it.
And perfect for October.
We watched it when you were away a couple of weeks ago.
I was away.
Whenever it was you were away. We enjoyed it, didn't we, Bonnie?
2
We had
weeks
a really
ago.
good movie night.
Is it Danny DeVito in it?
Yes. Now, he's the one aspect that I feel is a little incongruous, slightly shoehorned,
Ah.
if you know what I mean. But the rest of it, I mean, the lead guy, who was out of Atlanta, whose actual actor name I can't remember.
Who was almost going to be the Silver Surfer.
Oh, was
Oh,
it?
okay.
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
kind of like publicly said, because someone said it's going to be, what's the name? Is it Jennifer? Not Jennifer Garner, is it? What's the person who played Silver
Electra.
Surfer? Oh no, someone else. The person who played Jennifer Silver Surfer was announced, and he said kind of publicly, "This is the first I'm hearing about this because I'm the Silver Surfer," and then apparently not.
I'm just going to find out his name because he needs crediting.
Yeah, is really good.
I think it's something Stansfield.
John raises a good point actually, which is where was it? Good to see you, Hugh. Didn't think you'd be here.
No.
Correct. In fact, I was going to sneak on and be like, surprise, but I forgot to do that. It turns out my train got back earlier than expected. So I've only missed the one, and I think I'll be back in time in a couple of weeks when I go to Birmingham as well. So
Brilliant.
So I'm here all the time, as usual.
Lakeith Stanfield, word up. Enjoyed your performance, Lakeith.
Yeah. Michael says, here we go again, team.
Here we go again.
Pat says, hi, Disney pals. We're back from our yearly DLP trip 2 weeks ago, and we are still suffering from the Disney blues. We'll be booking our 2026 trip at the end of the month. Good luck with that, Pat. And, well, I hope you had a good time.
I believe we've got a trip report.
Good.
I'm just looking now for confirmation. On
And
that.
we've got Ed and Cheryl and Lisa. 9 days till Walt Disney World for Lisa. My boys are getting so excited. I bet they're just fizzing away.
Imagine.
John loves the Telegraph article. Chris and Lucy were interviewed for like, what, an hour and a half or something?
Yeah.
I was in the house.
It was great, wasn't it?
I was in the house, but I was keeping out of it because...
It was a very
I
detailed,
don't talk to the
nerdy
press.
conversation.
It was
on
great.
Zoom.
It was full of passion.
And
There was so much passion.
And they took one sentence from Lucy, and that was it.
And we talked about everything. She asked about hotels. She asked about restaurants. She asked about
The rides, we talked about the fact that certain
Yeah.
rides are better.
like the.
In DLP
it was a
and-
lot of comparing resorts. There was a lot of talk about customer service. There was
Yeah.
lots of talk about the park's layout, the aesthetics of the park,
We talked about the best two Disney castles.
and the actual content that she gleaned from that rich and passionate hour and a half was me saying,
If I were you, I wouldn't go booking between
January, February or
and
March.
March because they're going to make the studios bigger.
So
after
that was me telling people not to go to Disneyland Paris. That's what they took from my hour and a half of talking
Which-
about how much I loved Disneyland
Which actually
Paris.
isn't what you said either. At that point in time, what you were saying was,
changed
I think
everything,
people might be a
newspapers.
little bit less likely to book in that period.
Yeah.
Because of the change that everyone now knows is coming.
And I think I said
And
something
might be
like
more
first
likely to delay
timers
it.
might
Yeah,
want to wait.
Might want to wait, yeah. Exactly. That,
Do you
that
know,
was it.
there's that thing like more people in Hollywood have had hair transplants than you think, right? I'm building up to a point here. And like you think, oh, do you know what? And you go, oh, they've had a hair transplant. And then you go, oh, and so have they, and so have they. And then you go, do you know what? I bet way more people in Hollywood have had hair transplants than you think. Same with newspaper articles. They change even the tiniest thing. If they'll have one sentence from you, it's never verbatim. They'll change something. So basically, honestly, I don't really talk to newspapers anymore for like my work because they make me sound stupid. Just anything you say, they will slightly reword and make you sound like an idiot.
It may or may not have been verbatim, but it was definitely out of context if it was verbatim. Do you know, if I said that, I didn't say don't go.
There are a couple more quotes. You want to hear them?
Go on then.
So what they've done is they've ranked every single park for different things. So the entrance fee, the rides, the shows, the food, accommodation.
Good Lord.
And DLP came lowest of all of the parks.
Oh, that's not fair.
No. So under food, they put 5 out of 10. Misshapen Mickey Mouse waffles and pricey pizzas may leave a bad taste. But one thing that's improved recently are the queues. And this is Lucy. They are slowly embracing tech that we take for granted, not just in American Disney parks, but in your local Tesco. So that's something else that you said that's been quoted.
Yeah.
And also, Mickey and the Magician is one of my favourite Disney shows of any park ever, says Rain. However,
That is true, and
Rain.
that is Optimistic October.
However, mini musical performances, including a Lion King themed one, can feel lacklustre. That's not a quote from you, but that's
No.
what it says afterwards. Which I think in itself is ridiculous because the majority of people, particularly from the reviews and stuff that we've had, absolutely love Rhythm of the Pride Lands. Rhythms of the Pride Lands.
Rhythms is of the Prizes Land.
6 out of 10 for shows.
Did I say we've got Bonnie and Ed and Cheryl? I think I did, and Lisa. But also, Cheryl's got 13 days for our first time in Marvel Hotel. And we've also got Ruthie and Paul. Paul's made it for a live show. Sequoia Lodge booked.
Hey!
Paul.
Sequoia Lodge booked yesterday for next Easter. Tiffany is here, just back from Chessington this evening. 7 days till DLP.
Chessington World of Adventures.
7
Nice.
days.
Tiffany also says, sounds like we'll be tagging you on your way home. First in the park is Sunday, first day in the park. Michael says, that must have been reet dodgy, Chris.
Well, but if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me.
It's good enough for two. That's
Yeah.
what I want to see. Martin says, I saw that notification. Need to go and watch that. What was that?
Oh, well, read
Your
that. Watch my restaurants video.
Joey says, it's like that scene with Gavin and Stacey when Mickey's on the news. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Well, you just don't expect to see it, do you?
I spent an entire day at Emmerdale because Emmerdale used my artwork for a comic convention. And also, they kind of let me be an extra in it. They were initially going to have me and loads of other comic creators to kind of make it a bit authentic. But in the end, they went, no, but they let me do it. And I say let me. It was one of the most miserable, boring days of my life.
Yeah.
And I swear to you, it was comical how much of me was seen at the end of it. Like, you saw the back of my head for like half a second, and then someone lifts the phone up and obscures it.
Was it like Mike Wazowski's advert?
And that was it. Thing is, there was like some close-ups of someone getting arrested, and I was right behind this actor, but they just focused in on them, so I just wasn't visible. There was no point me being there. It was freezing cold. What a rubbish day.
They were probably talking to him for 15 minutes, maybe even half an hour. I once went to see Dodgy in Leeds, right? And it was Sound City in 1996. And on the way out, a BBC radio guy came up and shoved a microphone in our mouths, in front of our faces, and started asking us questions about the gig. And we gave them our full account. And that was on the radio the next day, pretty much everything we'd said.
Oh, good.
But we only spoke to them for maybe 2 minutes.
See, conversely, I did a podcast interview in Leeds once, and right at the start, a waiter dropped something, and I kind of got distracted, and I went, sorry, can I start again? And she said, oh, I'll cut that out. And that entire thing was left in the podcast. So they don't cut the things you want out. Joey says it's... we don't get that one. Pat says the highlight of this trip was watching the nighttime show in the reserved area. Best money spent during the whole trip.
Interesting.
And using the tax refund app. Why did we not use this sooner?
I also need to get that back downloaded and remind myself what to do about that. I'm getting a list of things. Do you know what I added to my list of things we need to do next week? Buy a piece of Walt Disney Studios Park merch, because I don't think we've ever bought anything that says that on it. And you know how I always collate these kind of memory things.
Yeah.
I think we need to do that.
Do
and
it.
Finally, Joey says, I just imagine Hugh doing a Pam impression and going, is that it?
Is that it? That's pretty much what I said when I read the article back. I just thought, where's my name? I talk too. Excuse me. Nothing I said was valuable, obviously. Didn't even use my picture of me and Chewie.
Oh, yeah, they used one picture that I sent and credited Lucy.
I don't
she's
think
in the picture. She obviously didn't take it.
I don't think we credited you when we emailed the picture there.
Well, that's your fault then.
It's all right, though, because as much as I've been able to read the article, I was told it would be under a paywall, so it might well just disappear and not be able to be read by anyone who doesn't have the Telegraph anyway in the not-too-distant future. So there we go. Bon voyage or something.
Yeah.
It does have a link to our YouTube channel, though, so maybe, just maybe, we'll get some new subscribers off the back of your useful advice about not booking at the beginning of next year.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they're not going to watch any of my, tips for visiting in the winter then, are they? Anyway, it's optimistic October.
Optimober.
So, should we have a bit of news?
Yes.
Optimistic.
I like Optimober.
I
like it to be as laboured as possible.
Hanging on tenterhooks. So we now know, we kind of rumoured this last week, but there will be a big press event, press and invited guests and other outlets on the 24th of November that will be all about Disney's Adventure World. So what they've said is sharing further details. We've got quite a lot of details now. We've got pictures of everything, names of rides. I think this will be the opening date announcement. Do you concur? What if I've just gone in the Telegraph saying don't visit in January, February or March and they open on the 10th of February?
Well, exactly, Exactly.
So...
And you are a an influencer, according to the article as well. So
Hey.
you're going to influence people to not book. Disney are going to be sending us cease and desists.
Never has there been a greater own goal in the history of influencing. However, this is very, very exciting. This is like, I may be sitting there with my diary ready to book things that day, depending. But then I suppose there'll be a lot of Disney fans doing the same thing. So I don't know how that will go. But yeah, what are our predictions, guys?
I'm talking to Cam.
I think they'll tell us the date.
You do think they'll tell us the date?
Yes, because quite a number of outlets have been told that the date's going to be given in November, so
Yeah.
it seems like it's a logical time for it to happen.
And you think that date will be?
At some point in spring 2026.
Cop out.
I think it's going to be the 24th of November. I think it's going to be the 24th of March.
I think March. Well, we had those weird kind of breadcrumbs, didn't we, for the end of March with the pricing
April 6th.
things.
There you go. April 6th.
Okay, right, you should be able to hear us now, but it's going to be pretty loud and it'll sound a little bit horrible, but just give me a second while I try and fix whatever's going on. Something's happened to the sound.
But it was working.
Where are we at then?
Sound. People saying back.
Yeah, no, I can see it's back, it's there.
Okay.
But I just need to, I can't remember what we were talking about before everything disappeared.
I just said April 6th, and then I went, that's what I think, April 6th, and then the sound went off.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
April the 6th.
Yeah, here's my thing. If they aren't, it's like when you buy a new build house. Then don't announce an opening date if they've got any significant construction to do. They must be on cosmetic details only now, because they wouldn't risk something going wrong and not being able to open it. So they need to be in a situation where they know that they're currently putting on finishing touches and they know that there's nothing major that could stop that date going ahead. In which case, I don't think they will need 4, 5, 6 months to finish the park. Otherwise, they wouldn't announce it, if that makes sense. Which makes me think it's going to be in the 3-month region. Heck, maybe even sooner. We've had ridiculously close to opening time announcements in the past of like Galaxy's Edge in California and stuff. It's like they turned on a dime for that. Disneyland Paris are not known for being that rash. I think March. I think end of February, March. Can't imagine it going into the end of April. Beginning of April at the latest. How's this for predictions? I'm sounding confident. Remember, guys, I know nothing.
April 6th.
But I mean, essentially what you have said is you think...
Are you writing that down so that we can...
I'm going to write down.
Yeah.
What's it called? Disney Adventure World.
Oh. Yeah. So your prediction is April the 6th. Your prediction is 24th
24th of March, yeah.
I agree with Chris really, but I'm gonna split the difference and say 12th of March.
Well, let's have a look. 24th of February and March are both Tuesdays, so it's very unlikely to be the 24th of March, isn't it?
See, I went for Monday.
What's a Thursday? I feel like
Is it going to open on a Monday?
Yes.
Yes. And that's that.
What does Chris say?
I think I said 24th of March.
March 24.
I might go for... Oh, it's not going to open on Friday the 13th, is it? I'm
Why
going to say
not?
20th of March.
When do you think it's going to open? Put your answers in the comments and like and subscribe.
This is really exciting.
down below.
This is a really good competition thing. If only we had something to give away for competitions.
I've still got my competition running. Nobody at all has worked out where that lump
Joey's
of wood is.
thinking May. Joey thinks we are wrong.
May, November, January, December, January, February, March, April, May. That's 6 months. Oh, it could be. They did say spring though, and May is summer.
What can we see that's not built? I don't know. I think it's sooner rather than later. Oh my God, that's so exciting. Think about that.
Ow.
Think about that.
Just
Hit
thinking
me.
about it. I'm thinking I want to drink it.
John says Friday the 27th of March. Do you remember there was that little spike in bookings on the 28th of March? Do you remember that being a thing? So I think you might be right, John. To be honest, I'm just being a bit contrary on purpose saying the 20th of March because I agree with you. I think it'll be week commencing the 23rd of March.
It's
I
got
don't
to
know
be
which day of the
it's
week.
got to be because there's significance in why it's the 24th of November. You're not going to release something 3 months and 2 weeks later, for instance, are you?
I don't know.
I don't think you
know.
would.
April 6th.
So, what we're going to do, that the 24th of November, when this big exciting announcement is made, is a Monday. That does not work for people who do regular weekly news shows on a Sunday.
Very true.
So we've said that we're going to do, maybe just me and Chris, depending on Hugh's work and what we decide to do, but I think we're going to do a special reaction live stream on
It's just
the
going to be them two screaming for 30 minutes.
Tuesday, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes.
How we're going to do it, I don't entirely know yet. But we could just do it on YouTube on our phones and do that thing where it does a split screen and we can just be there chatting away.
Yeah. And it
We'll-
might
we'll
be
figure it
fairly
out.
short, but we're going to chat about whatever it is that they say and how they do it and how we feel about it. So that's very exciting. So that's something else I
Yeah.
can put in your diary.
Yeah.
Right. I am parched.
Sorry, John Buckner.
It's showtime! All together!
Your tiki 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 cup in your tiki 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 cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, I'll drink it up from your tiki 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 cup.
Before we talk about drinks, I want to apologise to John Parker because he has sent me a picture of a tiki cup, but I just haven't had time to put it into the video yet. It will go in, I promise you. We've got a week off next week, so I've got a bit more time to get it sorted. It's coming.
We've got a choice today. Lucy noticed I was imbibed on the train and said she wanted to catch up. So, Lucy, I've got you a choice of a cola Malibu, a pina colada Malibu, or a strawberry daiquiri Malibu. Or you could have some of this. I don't know if guys you've seen this. I found this pumpkin spice Ballycastle.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on. Is this open? It
I've
feels
never
very
seen
light.
that, Chris. Have you? I've never seen that.
I love that you've said exactly the same thing with exactly the same tone of voice as you did last week.
Or, Chris, if it's not too much, because it's quite weak, it's 4%. There's this Jubel beers, peach or lemon.
Ah, and I brought something as well.
Oh, Bonnie's
you got more.
Even Bonnie's got something. She's having a fudge brownie fridge.
Fudge
What?
brownie fridge.
Do you know she's just been to Rassam's
Oh,
today?
Bring your hand into
I
shop.
don't think
Take it.
we're getting. She's been to an ice cream parlour for doing well at
She's
her.
very
Fetch Bonnie.
slim, though. She's very
Competition.
slim.
I know, but you can get a fatty liver.
I brought something as well, if you want one. I brought a Chulo cherry sour.
I said I wasn't going to look at this until the show, so I haven't even seen what it is. What is this?
It's a
got
Chulo
like
cherry sour.
a manga.
There's one for you as well. You
Android
don't have to
character
drink
on
it today or ever. It might be horrible. They had a variety of flavours. I thought cherry was the most cherry flavoured, so that's why
I'm
I
going
got
to
it.
put this
I'm
in
going
my
to start
ghost
with
cup.
a strawberry daiquiri.
Oh,
let's
strawberry
daiquiri
let's
sounds
see where the day takes us.
That is very red.
It is very red. Oh, do you know what it's going to be like when we had that
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid, yeah. and
That
it
Kool-Aid
didn't
was
taste of anything.
absolutely rank, and I can't believe Americans have to put up with that. It was that is probably the worst drink I've ever had.
I wonder if I was rich, if I would still drink daiquiris out of a can. Because I like
think you
it.
would.
I think that's not a part of my life that would change. Some things are forever. Chin chin.
Chin chin. I like that Chulo. It's got a nice sour edge to
Nom.
it, like a sour beer.
Oh, let me get this in the Witch's Brew cup to catch up.
MBG82 says, has anyone seen the Together, a Pixar musical adventure in studios? It was amazing. We've seen it.
I saw it,
We
yes.
have seen it.
And it was absolutely fine.
I had some things to say about it on my 2023 August DLP video on my channel, Hugh Rain, but also on our playlists under Disney Trip.
I liked it. I thought it was
Videos.
very
Oh,
well
I can
put
never
together.
remember.
I thought the performers were excellent. My review, just to slightly push back on your MBG82, is I'm not a fan of things that are reliant on screens. Theatre that's reliant on screens, not my fave. But that only really is a few segments where that feels big. And there's other things like the Toy Story blocks and things that was just, fabulous.
I loved.
I'd like to see it again.
I loved the orchestra and the way that they were there at the front at the start, and then they moved out to the sides, and then they all got little solo bits. I enjoyed that.
Yes.
The
fact that they have an orchestra is amazing. In a theme park show, amazing.
The boys didn't enjoy it; they were bored, and it just felt like a very formulaic, repetitive thing for me, and that's what I didn't like about it. It was all, hey, come on, we've got to go and find this.
You've got to find the magic.
Let's find the magic.
I've got
It's
to
in
that
us
stage
all.
with my Disney fandom where I'm like, it's this again. This drink is blood red.
I feel like we've slightly taken the wind out of MBG82 sales.
I know a lot
there.
of people love it. I will say that. I do know a lot of people love
Yeah.
it. And it was packed. And people were walking out talking about how much they enjoyed it when I went to see it. And it wasn't that I thought it was terrible. I didn't. I thought it was very well done. And I enjoyed the music. It just maybe wasn't for me.
I've heard a lot of people say it's the best show at Disneyland Paris.
And I did my usual thing of focusing on one thing I disliked and that becoming my whole thing about it. When actually,
not you, Hugh.
When actually, yes, me. When actually, I think I seem to recall it was okay.
Well, if you want to hear Hugh go on a rant, you wait till the second piece of news we've got.
Oh, here we go.
What's happening? You said something. Oh, was it about the colour of the cherry sour?
I just said it was blood red. You can't see in your black witch's brew
Or in mine either.
cauldron cup. But look at this in my white cup. Look how blood red it is. It's like actual blood.
I've ordered some very exciting Halloween drinks for next time we're together.
I hope this isn't that red food colouring that gives you ulcerative colitis. Have you heard about that?
No.
There's a red
Have you heard
thing,
about this?
probably not in this drink, but there's a red thing that they used to use in sweets that has been found to be a cause of ulcerative colitis. And I'm trying to think, have I eaten an excessive amount of red sweets? Maybe as much as the next guy. I don't think it caused mine.
As much as the next guy.
But I'm sure Chulo is not guilty of that because I think that dye's been discontinued.
Okay.
It's natural cherry colouring.
So,
It's delicious.
our next piece of news is not really a news item per se. It's more kind of a discussion topic that I brought up while scrolling social media, and Hugh was like, get that on the show. I need to talk about that. So this is going to be an over to Hugh situation.
Ooh.
But this comes courtesy of DLP Report, who have spotted that some artwork in the lobby of Newport Bay is AI generated. Now, this comes off a bit of a drama. Well, I'll get to that. A bit of a drama in Walt Disney World earlier in the year when they've got a gift shop next to the Haunted Mansion called Memento Mori, and they had some AI generated
Remember, you have to die.
spooky artwork going on. And then that was replaced because I think they got a very bad rap on social media, and that was replaced by some real artwork. Now, this was AI artwork, was rumbled for AI artwork, and then was replaced by some slightly better, slightly more
Kids'
convincing
hand-drawing version of it.
artwork. So, Hugh.
So what, you saying it's gone?
No, it's been replaced by some more AI artwork.
That's less AI looking.
That's less
Those
AI
two,
looking.
was it two lighthouses?
Yes.
And they look, I mean, it is AI, isn't it? We can say that confidently, can't we?
Yeah.
Well, those rocks, without a doubt.
I don't
isn't
want to
it?
just slag off someone's artwork, but I mean, Disney, it's a company founded by an artist, and it's all about artistry, and for Disney to be using AI
Anywhere.
is just inexcusable. It's unbelievable, and it's not even, this artwork isn't even nice.
There it is.
So there was one of the, I think this was the first one that has got some serious errors down
Where did you
there.
see this?
DLP Report.
DLP Report.
And then that's like the second one, which is still AI but has been improved. Oh, is it the other way around?
So this was, I thought they were both up. So they've taken some AI and kind of tried to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
I didn't know. Let's have a look. Look.
It's the kind of thing that you could literally have just taken a picture of. It's not. It doesn't need to be AI. Someone could have knocked that up as a proper painting in not very much time at all.
Yeah, and I don't care how...
What are they doing?
I don't care how small your budget is for a certain thing. I think you've got an ethical responsibility as a company that is just born out of creativity to get an artist to do something. Or if you can't afford to pay an artist for this particular job, you must have some stock images from the Disney archives that you can use. It's inexcusable to me.
Yeah, they can literally Google their own company and find some artwork and print it out and put it in a frame.
Exactly.
Rather than have to create something with AI. Thing about AI is, right, the whole point of art for me is when you look at it, you go, wow, I can't believe another human has made that. That's the fundamental point of it. That's what is impressive about artwork is you go, wow, a human created it. If it's AI, I glance at it and I go, and I shrug and I go, and that's it. That's all the engagement it gets. I don't go, oh, it's kind of interesting that a computer's done that. I think, no, that's garbage that a computer's spat out, stolen off artists, inexcusable that a company would use AI artwork, especially Disney. Come on, Disney.
Here's the thing. I'm going to briefly kind of play devil's advocate in that they're probably not putting that on a hotel wall lobby thinking that they want you to stop and look at it and ponder about it.
Then have a blank space.
But however, what us three, I can speak for all three of us, what we love about Disney so much is the attention to detail and that every square inch of the parks and the hotels is just oozes with authenticity and love and care. And however unimportant that, square half metre on a wall in the corner of a hotel may be, it's the fact that they care about those things that makes the difference.
I don't understand how it gets to the point where that goes on a wall for someone in the public to find it and say, why have you put an AI picture up? It's not like they've just had some guys just gone, oh, we need a picture there. I'll go get one off Adobe stock. It's not, this will have gone through a number of steps of we want some images here. We want it to be this kind of image. We're going to have to commission someone to do it. We need to make sure it's the right picture. We need someone to approve it and say yes, this is right before we put it up there. Or you have someone who goes out and buys artwork, who goes and acquires it, which I would have thought for a hotel like this would be what they should be doing. Is going out there and buying artwork. Maybe they're
just not thinking that hard. Maybe someone's just gone, Kenneth, can you find something to put on that wall? And they've gone, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll sort it. Right, great, thanks, Kenneth.
Yeah,
that's the entire conversation. And Kenneth's got off on his own and thought, I'm going to make something.
I can do this.
Yeah,
save us some money.
Disney should have a blanket rule across the entire company, from top to bottom, everybody involved, that says we don't use AI art, no matter who you are. So everyone should just know it. From the smallest rung of the ladder, the bottom rung of the ladder, to the very top. Everyone should know inside and out not to use AI at all.
mean, that's definitive right there.
And it doesn't matter as well if most people don't notice or don't care, because there are enough people out there who do care about this and do notice it and see the impact that it's having on people, constantly. So yeah, what a stupid thing to do.
And no matter how much you love AI, and think it's a great technology, the trump card is it's awful for the environment. So there's that as well. So stop it.
I don't like going overly negative on Disney, because people listen to our podcast to get excited about Disney things. Obviously, this isn't saying that all of Newport Bay is just like this cheap travel lodge or anything. It is this one piece of art on the wall. But we're just saying, because we love it so much, that's how I want it to go. However, I'm following this into a slightly negative train, even though I said I was having an optimistic October. I just kind of want to share a little thing with you that I found out this week. So, because we've just booked a cruise, I've been watching loads of cruise videos on YouTube. I found a really great channel called Bright Suns Travel, he's a Disney nerd and he's a nautical nerd, and he's done loads of like history and development things about loads of different cruise lines, but he's a big Disney fan in particular. Now, what he points out about the Disney Cruise Line is it was created during the Michael Eisner era. as most things with serious artistic integrity were. People will argue about me saying that because some of the things were so cheaply done. However, he was clearly creative. Hello, that was weird. He was clearly passionate about this being a creative company. So when they first built the first Disney ships, the Wonder and the Magic, they got special dispensation to get the lifeboats to be a different colour, so that they were the same colour as Mickey's buttons, which is really important because lifeboats have to be a certain colour by maritime law, but they managed to get those changed. They used the golden ratio for the ship, and they modelled it after 1930s ocean liners, and that was the theme. It was like everything was thought about, and as a result you can see a Disney ship and it just has the most beautiful profile, so well thought out. And what they did 3 years ago is there was an Asian cruise line company that went out of business with a half-built ship, and it was one of those mega ships that looks like hammerhead sharks, and was going cheap because it was only half built, and Disney bought it. And basically you can't rebuild a ship the way you can rebuild a building.
No.
So you're stuck with it. So rather than having this golden ratio and really thinking about the shape of the funnels for balance, because they don't use one of the funnels, they only need one, but they have two for balance. Instead of any of that, they've just bought this great big ugly hammerhead thing because it was cheap and they can fit a lot of people in it. And his point was, it really does just sum up the decision making of the modern Disney corporation. However, from that negativity, I will say that stuff is happening, but the old Disney is still there, alive and well, and that's why we keep going to the parks. That's why you should go to the parks. That's why we love the parks so much. You go up and down Main Street, it's all still there.
But then just to kind of add on to that, I was reading a thing that Jim Shull had written about Ratatouille, because obviously Ratatouille is shut this week, hasn't it? Is that the next bit of news that we haven't talked about? About my jumping in with a bit of news?
No, I
Right,
think
good.
that was the news a couple of weeks ago
Good,
that
okay.
it was going
But
to shut.
Yeah, so that Ratatouille is shut, and it's shutting as well at Epcot because they're making that 2D now instead of 3D. And Jim Shull's point was the whole idea of the 3D within that was that was what made it believable and brought you into that world, and not having it 3D means that it doesn't do that anymore. Now, I think Ratatouille in 2D works really well, and I think it's good for people like Lucy who suffer from motion sickness, that it isn't as bad in 2D. But it's a very valid point. A lot of work went into how they managed that, and they've done this effectively to cut corners, really. And there just seems to be an awful lot of that sort of stuff going on at the moment. But you've got to think that Eisner at the top of all this, when he's wanting to do the right things for shareholders, keep the magic alive and stuff, he cannot be thinking, so let's put loads of AI imagery and everything, and let's start doing trailers and titles for Marvel series with AI, and let's, buy a cheap boat and let's do all this stuff. That can't be what he's thinking. It can't be, can it?
Iger or Eisner?
Eisner, sorry, Eisner.
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 Iger.
Whichever one it is.
Current or previous?
Iger.
Right, we're hung up on that. So what's Iger thinking? What's Iger not thinking?
I'm just saying they can't be thinking that. He can't be looking at this whole thing and going, we need to be more cost effective and think these are the right ways to do it.
Ooh.
Anyone jumping into AI, any business jumping into it. Sorry, go on.
I've put this bell here so that people can see it.
And you didn't use it when
in
you should
action.
have.
So Chris, say Eisner again.
Eisner again. Yeah, AI is such a dangerous thing for any big company to be doing. Experimenting with it, trying things out, I totally and utterly understand. Trying to find where it fits within the creative process in an effective way. I understand that businesses are trying to do that. But when you're pushing end product out already at a time when it's not been very widely accepted and is causing a huge amount of backlash, is a stupid, stupid thing to do.
I tell you, it was pointed out to me when AI can be useful in a creative capacity, and that's when there's somebody like me who works in a creative industry but has no art skills, needs to do something like talk to a costume designer and say, I want something like this. Really struggle to say it, to articulate it, can't draw it, but I am able to program something AI-ish so that a designer can then go and design
That's
it.
like modern scrapbooking, isn't it?
Yes.
Basically. And so something I did, Ollie wrote a book during the summer holidays. He wrote a book about Penny. And I said I'd turn it into a book for him because he'd just written all the bits out, and he wanted to have illustrations and things. And I just couldn't think about what to do. So I used AI to give me some ideas for what those pictures could look like, but I fully intend to draw my own pictures. It just gave me a bit of a starting point because that isn't what I do. I just don't do that kind of stuff. So there's a place for it in some kind of capacity, potentially.
Yeah, you can use it as a tool. I've used it where I've created some artwork and AI's used that as a composition to render it.
Yeah.
Make it look like CG. But it's still, I've created the artwork and given it an exact composition, and it's not.
It's a stage.
It's not created like a facsimile of it. Well, it has, but it still has an artist's hand. And then I have to bring it back in, and I have to clean up the errors in it as well. So it's just a small step, and I've actually done.
Yeah.
Maybe
95% of the work.
Maybe, Hugh, that's what that lighthouse is. Maybe it was a fantastic watercolour piece of work.
Don't
and
look like
stuck it into a computer and said to AI, "Can you make this look like an AI picture, please?"
So, just to bring this back onto the Disney thing, Michael has said 2D Ratatouille is excellent. Do you know, I really like that ride. I struggle with 3D, both from a glasses wearer point of view, because I don't wear them permanent like Hugh does. I wear reading glasses, but for some reason 3D glasses mess with my eyes, and from a motion sickness point of view. So I really like the fact that 2D Ratatouille, I understand what Jim Shull's saying about it cutting corners, but I wonder, are they cutting corners or are they meeting guest demand? Because so many people have said, oh, it's just better. Because also if you're there's 3 people get to see the big screen, 3 cars, and if you're at one end or the other, the 3D doesn't work as well.
Yeah, there is some truth in that. And actually, to be fair, Jim Shull is on a bit of a downer on modern Disney at the moment as well, and the stuff he's not involved in, so because he's not involved in any of it anymore. So there is a bit of that, and it's him making himself relevant on X or whatever he uses.
He's a commentator, isn't he?
Yeah.
And just like a commentator you might get on CNN or whatever, he has to kind of take that opinion and go with it. He can't just go, yeah, cool, fine, great, have at it.
The only 3D that really works for me in any of the park attractions is Muppet Vision 3D, which is no longer in existence. Every other 3D show
I'm so sorry you never saw that, Chris.
is blurry to me, especially Flight of Avatar, which is like one of the newest ones.
Avatar Flight of Passage, continue.
I just can't what did I call it?
Flight of Avatar.
Oh, don't ding my bell.
You can ding my bell.
It's blurry. It's blurry. It's something to do with my eyes, I guess. But Muppet Vision, for some reason, worked. It's like crystal clear 3D.
Do you know, you apologise to me for never getting to see Muppet Vision, but do you know what? One of my lasting memories of a mutual friend, Terry Ryan, was him telling me about the time that he went to Walt Disney World and saw that, and how great it was with the little character coming forward and going, "I'm talking to you." They all think I'm talking to them, but I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've seen it.
Oh, I really I get that kind of, you know, when you look at pictures of your children when they're little and they're so cute. When I think of Muppet Vision 3D, I
thought you said when I think of Ryan. Terry Ryan.
No, when I think of Muppet Vision 3D, I get this kind of like warm but sick but gorgeous feeling in my stomach. It's just like the most beautiful thing.
One of Bonnie's friends last week, we were talking about the Muppet Christmas Carol, and she said, I don't know what that is. And we're like, you know, the Muppets. You know, Kermit, Miss Piggy. And she was like, no idea what that is.
And I'm afraid
12 years old.
All 3 of us started to like attack this poor 11-year-old in our car. We're like going, what? How could you not have done it?
Well,
I'm like,
I find it inconceivable
poor
that she's never even seen them and knows what they are. She must have seen them.
I sent her a video of the intro for the Muppet Show and she still didn't know who they were.
I mean, the Muppet Show's a lot of years
That's
old now.
baffling.
Yeah.
The Muppets are going on Broadway, aren't they? In some part of some comedian's show.
Oh.
Yeah. And also, Seth Rogen's company, it's been announced now, Disney and Seth Rogen's company are doing a Muppet Show special, aren't they?
I love the Muppets.
I love the Muppets.
Do you know what
Muppet Broadway show.
Oh, no, I
Rob
don't
Blake.
think we will.
There
Do you know
you go.
what was
Yeah, that
not
sounds right.
good? Because it was made during lockdown, and that was Muppets Haunted Mansion. However, it popped up on Disney Plus the other day, and I thought, I think we need to watch that. It's Halloween. It's the Muppets. But then will I be cross about it again?
It's very obviously made in lockdown to the point where I can't remember Gonzo voice artist. What's it called?
Goetz
Goals or something.
Goals.
sounds like this the whole time. It's like, yeah, I've been on places like this.
You can hear the mask.
You can
It's
tell that
very
he's
distracting.
got iPhone earphones in his ear with the mouthpiece to speak into.
Yeah, and everyone's just facing forward because they're on a green screen.
Yeah.
There are some good bits though.
It
are
wasn't
some
just
alright bits, yeah.
made in lockdown, like, and then you get special permission to get together in a studio and do it. It was literally like individual people on green screens comped into a shot together, wasn't it?
But
It
to be,
was really
but to be fair to them, what they were doing was they were saying, right, how can we make something real doing it with the restrictions that we've got in place,
Yeah.
rather than just doing what everyone else is doing and getting on Zoom and having everybody sat.
And they didn't know how long the restrictions were going to
No,
last.
exactly.
So they were like, well, let's get this
It was a
moving.
very
Yeah.
good experiment.
I guess we could
Yeah.
be thankful that they made something, and it's interesting to watch now actually, with that in mind, and think, because like I don't know, maybe like you could look at it positively and go, it's almost nostalgic, isn't it? Lockdown.
Yeah.
Like, there's something.
It
There's
was a
something
better
in that.
time.
We had a lovely
But it is a
lot.
shame that there isn't like a proper lockdown version of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for them to make it again. I'm going to say 5 years later, but it is 5 years later.
Do you remember that bit though where
10
Gonzo
years
goes
later.
all old and his nose goes all thin?
Oh, yeah.
It's horrible. Do you remember?
Isn't there a character called MacGuffin or something? There's something like that, isn't there?
It's Will Arnett. Will Arnett's usually great, but it just seems so
Dialed it in.
bored.
Yeah, I think that's the weirdest thing for me. It's like it just looks. It looks like not even a rehearsal. It looks like he's running lines with someone half the time, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's crazy.
We haven't really talked about DLP today, have we?
Right, last piece of news then. Last piece of news.
I'm having a beer.
They have
do it.
removed the Walt Disney Studios sign. It's the lettering. It's
It's
the
happening, people. It is happening.
On the studio.
on
building.
Studio One.
It looks like
As you
someone's
walk
nicked
in.
it.
I don't think it will come back. It's very early to be doing that, which makes it, again, it's another thing that makes me think it's going to be sooner rather than later for Disney Adventure World. It looks bad now because, as usual, you get the muck that's been living behind the sign for the last 25 years.
Dead insects.
Yeah. Literally. So now we have this kind of bare facade, which, yeah, it's just something we have to live with. You have to live with it in your house when you decide to redecorate something. You have to go through this. It's slightly unfortunate, but it's exciting because of what it's going to become. Ed Swan says that's the saddest news. What, losing this lettering? We've still got the Eiffel Tower. We do love that.
Is it staying?
It's
They
on the
can't do
artwork, isn't it? The Eiffel Tower.
I think so.
But obviously the logo won't be.
No.
But they must keep that.
Oh, Cam is in the chat. I've been chatting to Cam, by the way. It was Cam on the freight train. Called it a leaf something. A leaf blaster or something. I can't remember what
blaster.
Cam called it. The thing is, I was staring at Cam because Cam got off this train and then walked in between this bit, and as he has reiterated in the private chat, the public cannot walk on that bit. And I was thinking, I want to walk on that bit. So that's what I was looking at.
A leaf spray train.
I'm going to find out.
I've just read it.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
okay.
I wasn't asking you.
I thought you were just
It was a leaf spray train.
hazarding a guess.
No. I went back through the chat and I located
Leaf spray train.
the said message.
If anyone needs a pick-me-up,
Yeah.
like I did today, this is from Louise C. Like I did today with the stinking cold, I can recommend Most Magical Guides Enough. Oh, I can't recommend Most Magical Guides Enough, as in can recommend. Sophie's just lovely and happy. Great DLP and other park vlogs. That's a good recommendation. Is that on YouTube, I presume? But that's just reminded me of, honestly don't know if she's still there, but do you remember Sophie, who does from the hotel rooms, Huey?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's like this really perky, noughties girl, like early 20s, isn't she? And it'll have been recorded in like the late noughties maybe, and she's just really perky.
Yeah, and she's like, I'm ready for my close-up.
And she's
Action.
wildest ride in the wilderness.
Chris?
And, yeah.
Leaf jetting train.
But that might well be the case, but that's not what that is not what he wrote in the chat. So you actually
It is. I'm looking at the chat.
Really? Where it says it was a
No,
leaf
you're not.
spray
You're
train. You're
you're
looking at your
looking at
own
your
conversation that was
personal-
private, actually. So you've
That
just
bit.
so who you just
Oh, that's
dinged
the bit I was talking about.
is you've actually dinged him.
We're
All
on
right.
about
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay. Cam, make your mind up.
Come on, Cam.
Yes,
You're making us argue. That's not good,
quite
is
a
it?
situation going on here. Right, well, we've got 5 minutes left. I've done my 3 bits of news. We've talked about
It was really.
stuff nobody wanted us to
It was
talk
really
about.
a ghost train.
Talked about the Muppets. We've talked about our plans.
Do you want to hear some audience questions?
Love to.
We had a message today from not today, this week. I apologise, from Salman, who has some DLP Christmas questions. He says, "Hello, lovely people. First, you can mark down a listener from Bahrain."
Ooh.
I'm saying he. I don't actually know
Get it on the list.
whether it's a he or not. I just said that. It just came out.
Bahrain
So you can
sounds
always
hot.
correct me, Salman. My question: we are going to DLP second week of December for 7 days, and this will be our third Disney park. Once in DLP and once Tokyo. It will be the first trip, let alone a Disney trip for our 3-year-old. Last DLP visit was the end of June 2023. While it was a little busy, I know second week of December can be one of the most crowded weeks. How can we handle the crowds? How can we handle the winter breeze? And when should we eat our meals?
When you're hungry.
And also, when should we give up for the day and go back to Newport Bay? Any tips for December crowds would be appreciated.
We always say just half an hour before you would normally eat helps. And like literally,
true.
we will go in at 11:30, 11:45, and it will be empty. And by the time we finished eating our food, 15, 20 minutes later, it's packed.
11:45.
Yeah, we can't tell
that
too
is
many people
our-
this because everyone's going to catch on.
Yeah, we've always done 11:30 eat. As soon as
Yeah.
the place opens, go and eat at 11:30, and then on an evening at like 6 o'clock, because obviously in Europe people tend to eat 7, 8, don't they?
Yeah, bob on.
Yeah.
I tell you what. Well, I think it might be better now. The year we went after COVID, we decided we wanted to eat at 4 o'clock, and nowhere was open. Because all the lunch places had shut, and
It was summer.
Yeah, it was summer. But they really were working on reduced capacity. I think it was 2021. It was problematic. I don't think that's a problem anymore. I just have this memory of being like, "What's going on? It's 4:30 and nowhere is serving food. That's insane." But I think that's cured itself, hasn't it?
I hope so.
Yeah.
How do you cope with the winter breeze?
Hot hands.
Yes, I agree. Hot hands are great.
Yeah.
Hot hands, those little things that look like tea bags. You take them out of the packet and they just heat up and they last for about 3 or 4 hours. And you put them in your
Whether
pockets.
or not you can get them in Bahrain, however,
Keep your
doesn't
hands
really
warm.
matter. So you need to have to go find something of a similar nature.
Yeah.
But then, basically, things that warm up your hands.
Amazon.
Lots of layers as opposed to one big thick layer. Lots of layers trapping the heat and the air. Lots of loose layers.
And that's good because it's weird that when you do wear a lot of clothes and you're going in, you can suddenly like go into a restaurant or into a ride and suddenly be absolutely sweltering because you've been walking around a lot. You've been burning energy like that. You've got 4 layers on, and all of a sudden you're boiling, so you can strip a couple off. Because don't forget, it's not all out in the winter. I would recommend December hat, scarf, and gloves. Personally, I wouldn't kind of. I think it's a smidge colder than the UK.
It's definitely a lot colder than Bahrain.
Definitely. Oh yeah, of course. I came from Bahrain. Crikey.
An awful lot colder.
Yeah, I would do woolies.
Layers, lots of layers. The other bit was, and there is another question after this, but the other bit was how to handle the crowds. What I would say is every single time I've been to DLP, it's been high season, regardless of what time of year that I've been, and I've never felt it's been too much to cope with. There's always spaces you can get to. Use the arcades down Main Street instead of going down Main Street because they tend to be quieter. That's a good way of doing things. There's a really good tip as well, which is when you come out of the arcade, if you kind of keep to the left of the hub, there's a really easy way to get right the way down to Fantasyland and Adventureland just by hugging the walls the whole way down.
Yeah.
And you have to go through a smoking area, which isn't particularly nice, but basically you can keep out of the way of most of the crowds because it's just like this straight walk.
It kind of takes you into Frontierland, doesn't it, first?
Yeah.
And then you go through the fort and follow that, you get into Adventureland, and then there's a little... Yeah, so...
It literally goes all the way down to the
Yeah.
to the bridge that separates Adventureland and Frontierland. It is a bridge, isn't it?
Fantasyland and
Fantasyland and Adventureland.
Adventureland. Yeah. Really, really good tip that for just getting around places quickly. And the same on the other side. Quick way of getting to Discoveryland is the same on the other side. It's not quite as sneaky, that one.
No, it's not.
But if you go past Plaza Gardens, it's easier than trying to go into the hub and out again. So yeah, I would just say use your early magic hours.
Yeah, agreed.
Get in at 8:30, get that done, and then be ready when everybody else is toddling in at 10:30 and 11. Then you can start thinking about this early lunch that we've just talked about. And yeah, so do off hours.
Check the parade times as well, because when we were there in the summer, and I know it won't be the same all the time, the parade was early. The parade was at 11 o'clock or something. So people were coming in and going straight to the hub to wait for the parade, which meant that actually the rest of the park, it was like you were still in early magic hours because it was still really quiet.
As soon as I see a parade is on, my urge is to get as far away as possible and see what's empty.
Yeah.
Because it just sucks everyone in.
We are going to be
parade.
watching the Halloween parade, though, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
I'm
we are.
excited
We
about
are.
that.
Then you can see why I got all misty-eyed as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a little digital camera, 4.1 megapixels. Can't wait. My new favourite little mini cam.
Ruthie has asked about my
Digicam.
dress. I did mention it at the beginning of the show, but it's the wallpaper from Haunted Mansion, Ruthie. I'm going to be wearing it at Disneyland Paris next week.
Where's it from?
It's from Vinted.
From Vinted.
But the make is cake-worthy. I've got a couple of cake-worthy dresses.
When you said you were wearing a cake-worthy dress, I was going to say, I thought it was
Why are you going to make it
an
into a cake?
expression.
Yeah.
Like, wow, now that is cake-worthy.
So I've got another, you bought me a really good Fantasia dress from Cakeworthy.
You're welcome.
And then I washed it with something red and it all went pink. And it wasn't good. It had to go. And then I bought myself a little Minnie Mouse one, but they do loads of these Disney prints and they're really comfortable. I don't know where that one came from.
Salman has another question.
Yeah.
He says, another question. We tend to be quite intense when it comes to rides and activities. For example, we often do It's a Small World on repeat, back to back. And we
So do we.
And we don't usually return to the hotel to rest. Spending 12 to 13 hours in the park and walking around 25,000 steps really takes its toll on our 7 and 3-year-olds. So I was wondering, Hugh and Lucy, when Bonnie was around 6 or 7, did you bring a stroller in case you needed to rest? Or did you prefer going back to the hotel?
She was a lot older than she needed, so I think she was still about 5 when we...
Let me tell you what
Top one.
happened.
Okay.
COVID happened. Bonnie was 5 going on 6 when we would have gone to Disney World in COVID. And yes, up to the edge, we went for her 5th birthday and we took a pushchair on her 5th birthday to Disneyland Paris. And we were really, really debating it when she was 5.5. I know 5.5-year-olds don't use strollers, but me and Hugh want to do 12-hour days, like you just said. So we were going to take one, and then COVID kind of decided that for us, because by the time we were able to go back, she was into the 6 category. And even then, I was gutted. I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure we can't put a 6-year-old in a pushchair, please? And still to this day, I miss the pushchair. I miss putting my bags on the handles.
Yes.
I miss putting the bottles underneath. I don't mind parking it and go and get it back. In fact, I quite like that. Just leave all your bags over there for half an hour and then go back and get it. Alas, she's 11 now, and I don't think we can make it go. But my answer is, if you think you can get away with it without too much social scorn, I would. I would have taken it when she was 8.
We for the 2020 trip when Ollie was 3, we had a pushchair. But when we went again in 2023, when we went and met you guys there, which is the 3rd trip that we went on. So he would have been 6. We didn't have one then. We let him do his. We just let him get on with it.
6 was our cut-off, really.
He was tired. He did get tired. He never liked going on my shoulders, whereas Lucas always quite liked that. So Lucas used to fall asleep on my shoulders with his head like this, dribbling down the side of my face, which was it wasn't. It was disgusting. But Ollie's never really been into that, so I'd carry him over my shoulder, up with his head on my shoulder sometimes, but that's about the most I get out of him. But he just got on with it at 6.
Yeah, I mean, there has to come a time. But I would someone, Louise has just said in the chat, we took one when ours were 5 and 7. Yeah, I to anyone also, I know people who've got really active like 3-year-olds, like 3-year-olds who just run everywhere and loads of energy and don't go in the stroller even at home. And I'm like, no, take a stroller. It's just nice, and they want to as well, and they can sit in it and eat popcorn and watch the parade, and it's really good for holding places in the parade is having a pushchair.
Well, Lucas used the pushchair both times that we took one, and he was obviously
4 years older.
He was 4, so he was 7 the first time we went, and 9 the second time. So
Yeah. Big tip, and I would absolutely die on that hill. But very few people disagree with you. If you go on DLP forums and you ask that, people will be going, yeah, I took one for my 9-year-old. And I'm like, good on you.
So Salman is a listener on Spotify.
Yay!
He says, and he's also one of he is our most recent Sidekick member.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes. So if you want a shout out, Salman, just let us know, and he will do a voice. And that goes for all of you sidekicks and legends.
Terrible voice.
Let us know. Nobody's come back to us and said, I want this voice. So maybe they don't want them, which is fine.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no, me neither. But it's there for you guys if you want it. John Parker's noticed the Mjolnir of failure was handed over a moment ago. Yes, because we're over time.
We are.
I'm just going to do housekeeping before you
do
finish
it,
up.
man.
Just like Salman, you can also send in your questions to us, or your trip reports, or your pictures for the Tiki Cup video that I'm very, very slow at getting onto the video. Or if you're grumpy about something, any of that stuff, send it in to us at mailbox@37disneystreet.co.uk.
What's that address again, Chris?
Thank you, Hugh. That's mailbox@37disneystreet.co.uk. And we might use it on the show.
We might.
We'll try to, in fact.
We might. Guys just sent us a video from Florida.
Aha.
We'll watch
Is he in
that.
Florida?
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll watch that after the show.
Yay. Right, thank you so much for coming and speaking to us today, guys. Remember, there's no show next Sunday, but we have a special one on Thursday the 30th, if that tickles your DLP fancy. I've been Lucy. These have been the boys.
Bye.
It's true.
Bye-bye.
Arrivederci.
See you later.
Ciao. Bella.
Oh,